Lebanon has been attacked by a second wave of devices exploding all across the country, especially devices like walkie-talkies. This comes after yesterday's mass attack when pages up and down the country had exploded, injuring thousands of people. Some were even unalived, including a little 10-year-old girl. Almost all the headlines talk about how it is Hezbollah who has been attacked. Hezbollah has been compromised. Hezbollah have been injured. And this is just a big fat lie. The majority of people who've been attacked and who have suffered from these attacks are your average civilian in Lebanon. The IDF detonated these pages. They didn't know where people were. They didn't know who they were standing with, in which environments they were at, whether they were driving, whether they were shopping, and they didn't give a damn. By the way, many within the healthcare in Lebanon use pages as part of their job. So to say that this was a targeted attack against Hezbollah is a lie. Secondly, let's how see the media tries to frame this now. They're not going to call it a terrorist attack, even though that is exactly what it is. No Muslim has ever used mass distributed goods as a means to attack a population. This is a new kind of terrorism that the IDF have invented. Thirdly, and most importantly, this is a result of your reliance and your trade with your enemy. An enemy in this regard is not limited just to the IDF. It is to the IDF and to those who created and maintain them, i.e. Europe and America. If your communication devices are being imported from the ones who are openly in your face telling you that they are your biggest enemy, that is the biggest weakness that you can have in your supply chain. Yeah, here we are as a Muslim Ummah, where almost every single piece of our technology, militarily and otherwise, is heavily reliant on the West. Today's attack and yesterday's attack is an absolute proof of why that has to change. We cannot be reliant on the West when it comes to our technology, our science, our development. Unfortunately, they are just not to be trusted in these kind of regards. The Zionist regime has just given the governments of the world, especially the regimes of the Muslim world, even though they're not going to adhere to this, but they've given them the best example of why we require a complete economic boycott and embargo on the very people that will use their own sold goods to attack their own customers.